And I am Joshua Coombe. In a packed show tonight, we have got all sorts, including the latest on the Plymouth Argyle stand, a few surprises in the FA Cup draw, a bit of fun with a rapidly growing sport, and early excitement for the Marjon University varsity.
First up today, Plymouth Argyle ladies will have the honour of playing the first match in the front of the new stand at Home Park. It will be the public's first chance to experience a game at the new grandstand. Dave Leonard, manager of Argyle ladies, stated his anticipation for the game.
Yeah, I think there's been a lot of hype over it. For us, I've got to try and keep the girls' feet on the ground. Home Park. Just look at the surroundings, and the old girl behind her. She's had a bit of a revamp, and it's looking spectacular. First time I've seen it, and it's looking spectacular. And for me, it's a top of the table clash. Forget where it's being played. I think this will add an occasion to it, but we need to play. I cannot emphasise enough. We need to play the game and not the occasion of being at Home Park. Since we informed the girls that the club wanted us to play this game here, all the girls have had one eye on it, and I'm glad it's here now, because there has been potentially that could have been in the last couple of games. There's been a little bit of a distraction, but now it's here. The week's here. There's a lot of hype with the press and the publicity, and the club are selling it fantastically, and the girls are dead excited. But it'll be come what 12:30 on Sunday. It'll be see your family, do what you got to do. Warm up starts, focus, job on 3 points.
The draw for the third round of the FA Cup went ahead last night, with 3 South West teams making an appearance. The replay between Plymouth Argyle and Bristol Rovers will take place on the 10th of December at Home Park, as both sides try to book a place to face the winners of the replay match between Coventry City and Ipswich Town. Another replay involving teams from Devon showed Exeter being drawn against Oxford United should they be victorious at Victoria Park. Finally, the only team in the region to have secured a third round place is Championship team Bristol City, as they face mid-table League One Shrewsbury Town at Ashton Gate. The last time these two sides met, it ended in a 1-1 draw.
Plymouth Parkway will face either Woodbridge Town or Stanway Rovers away in the round of 32 in the FA Vars. They made the next stage following a 4-1 win over Hemworthy United at the Dorset FA ground. Winger Jordan Kopp scored all 4 goals. The club's general manager, Gary Turner, is welcoming another away trip in the tournament.
It's a home fixture for this, but personally I like to play away. For me, it's the essence of the cup game, a national cup game, to go and put yourselves against other teams from around the country. To draw against a team from Suffolk or Essex, where they are, Colchester and Ipswich way, I think it's fantastic.
So it's either Woodbridge or Stanway, depending on who wins that game this week in the replay. Do you know much about either side?
We've got a little bit of inside knowledge from a couple of supporters that come from that area, from around that area. Woodbridge are apparently the stronger of the two, and they're doing reasonably well in their league at the moment. I think they're lying 3rd, and Stanway are, I think, 7th or 8th. So we don't know a great deal about them, but we'll have them looked at, no doubt, and we'll get our background information on them as well.
This weekend, Plymouth Raiders will return to the court to play their first game of the season. Richard Mollard, co-owner and director of Plymouth Raiders, is excited about the new season and the changes that have been made to the team.
Plymouth Raiders are about to begin another Seasons League campaign this Friday with an away game to Leicester. After a fairly disappointing season last year, finishing 8th in the league table, the club have made a few changes to the squad and hopes that their recent cup run has given them an idea of what changes still need to be made ahead of their first game.
The cup run's been very interesting this year. It's the first time that the league have done this, so it's almost like a mini league where we had South and North, and then the two come together. Has it worked? Hasn't it worked? I don't know. Time will tell. But for us, I think it's given us an opportunity to see some of the new players we've got, work out if we've got everything we need to move into to the actual league season, which starts this week. And I think we didn't have the best run, so I think we're looking at making a few additions as we come up to Friday's first game in Leicester.
With the new season just a few days away, the club have been making a few last-minute changes to the squad to give them the best chances for the season ahead. Jackson Highland is the latest player to leave the club to make way for new players coming in.
It's always disappointing seeing a player have to go, but these are decisions that the head coach has to make for the best of the team. Jackson was a lovely lad. I'm sure he's going to go on and do very well in his career, but we were looking to free up a space from an import to potentially make a change.
Will the changes to the squad make much of a difference to the club's performance in the league this season? Only time will tell. The Raiders' first game of the season is on Friday away to Leicester.
Next, Plymouth Marjon University's men's football are on a 27-game unbeaten run. After winning the league and the cup last season, the team have been promoted up a division.
You know, it's like every year, like everyone sets out with a mindset to win, and you know that's like with anything. Every time you play a new game, like you're not winning, like you're playing to win, not to draw or to lose. Obviously, so same with varsity, same kind of mindset. And, you know, it kind of makes it a little bit more exciting that it's against like local university here. So yeah, I think it should be pretty good.
Now, Tor Point Community Centre has been campaigning for a 3G AstroTurf for the last 13 years. However, Tor Point Community College own the land and are struggling to match the funds needed to build the facility. Tor Point is the only town in South East Cornwall without a 3G pitch.
You know, my mum or dad, when they come into the sports centre, if they've got a game or training session on a 3G at, say, Tor Point, they could have the option to go into the fitness suite. The brothers and sisters can join in other activities. So it has a knock-on effect as well, where it helps the whole family, where you've got one of the children playing football and then the rest of them can join in other activities and keep themselves busy and active as well. So that's why it's just really important, because obviously on Saturday mornings everyone's getting the phone call really early, games are out of bounds, and then all of a sudden mum or dad are like got a disgruntled child who wants to just play football, and then they're having to consolidate that child and keep them active in other ways, and we try to be creative, taking them swimming, etc. But it's never easy.
From local to national sports news, we head over to our national sports correspondent, Ollie Cardrick.
Hello, I'm Oliver Cardrick. I'm joined by Joshua Coombe.
Hello.
And these are your morning headlines. Which one do you want to go for first? These are the talking points of today's news around sport. Should we start with the Ballon d'Or, as that's probably the biggest news of the week?
Yeah, the Ballon d'Or.
Yeah, the
So this is the
Guardian.
Yeah.
And the Express. The Mail, both covering the Ballon d'Or win. Lionel Messi won it. What do you think of that?
Well, I don't know. I don't really feel like it's a big massive surprise. He is, in my opinion, still the best player in the world. I would have thought that last night it would have gone to someone different. Like, I was kind of hoping that Van Dijk would get it, personally.
Yeah.
Because I think it's been a long time since a defender actually won the Ballon d'Or.
Cannavaro was the last.
Yeah, exactly.
World Cup in 2006.
So it's been a long time, and I think he deserves it.
I think he deserves. I personally think he got the place he deserves, because he is the best defender in the world. But Lionel Messi is the best player to ever play the game.
Yeah, that's true.
And he continues to be that player. So if you ask if the Ballon d'Or is being honest of who has been the best footballer in the last year, the answer is always Lionel Messi. I don't think Cristiano Ronaldo should have ever won it. The Sun have gone with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Do you think he's gone?
I don't think he has much time left.
I don't either.
Obviously, a lot of the big clubs are having a bit of a changeover period at the moment. I mean, we saw Chelsea with it at the start of the season when they appointed Frank Lampard. He's absolutely flying. I think. Although we've had a bad couple of results past couple of games, but I think he's doing well with the club. Obviously, we saw Pochettino get sacked and replaced by Mourinho.
Which they've also mentioned. They've speculated that Pochettino will be taking over at the Manchester United job.
Yeah, I feel like that'll be quite a
very good appointment. All right, well there we have it. These have been your morning headlines with a cup of coffee. I hope you've enjoyed. I've been Oliver, and I've been joined by Josh. Hello.
The iconic Central Park pitch and putt has made way for a new golf-style sports in frisbee golf and foot golf over recent years. Our local sports correspondent Jack Horswell went to the site to see where it all happens, to find out what the new craze is all about.
So we're at Central Park Pitch and Putt today. I'll be later talking to Jez Wilmore, the owner, about how to play the fantastic frisbee golf. So I'm now joined with the owner of Central Park Pitch and Putt, Jez Wilmore, and we're going to be talking about frisbee golf. Jez, could you just begin by telling me what's the difference between each frisbee?
Okay, that's a very good question. So I've got some that I've made earlier. So here we go. We've got 3 frisbees. We have a putter, which is a nice roundy, domey shape. That's one that goes hopefully into the chains. A mid-range disc, which goes a little bit further than the putter, and then finally a driver. Look how sleek that driver is. This one is designed to go really fast and a long way.
So how did the frisbee golf all come about?
So we had an opportunity over at Mount Edgecombe, and we set up a championship course over there. Mount Edgecombe's a little bit tricky to get to, and it's such a good product that I approached the council and they said we would love to have frisbee golf over this side, and hence we won the tender for Central Park, and we got set up over here. But
no hole-in-ones today.
Next week.
Next week when I come back.
Yeah.
Talking about frisbee golf, how much for you has it grown in recent years?
Well, since we started over at Mount Edgecombe, I can think of 4 or 5 new courses in and around the area that have started up. Carline Bay have got a beach golf course. There's North Devon have got 2 courses, I believe. I think over the whole country it's around about 90 fixed basket courses, and then quite a few temporary basket courses as well. So wherever you are in the country, if you just do a quick Google, you'll find some frisbee golf action.
And that's it. Maybe you can beat my 5 on the last hole here at Central Park Pitch and Putt. Maybe we'll never find out, but it's a great laugh. Come and have a go, and yeah, enjoy it. Frisbee golf, it's a new up-and-coming craze.
And now we are heading over to Ben with our social media sports roundup.
Lionel Messi was last night crowned Ballon d'Or champion for a record 6th time. However, his victory over Virgil van Dijk has been a bone of contention for some on social media. One Liverpool fan tweeted, "Liverpool players were robbed again at the Ballon d'Or." Another one tweeted, "Absolutely rigged. Virgil van Dijk robbed again." However, some fans were less concerned, with one person tweeting, "Best there has ever been for me. Totally deserved." Alisson was crowned Goalkeeper of the Year, receiving high praise after an outstanding season in goal for the Reds. 5 Liverpool players in total were nominated in the top 10, with Mohamed Salah, Trent Alexander-Arnold and Sadio Mane also picking up nominations. Megan Rapinoe picked up the Women's Ballon d'Or after a fantastic World Cup campaign for the USA.
And just to remind you that it's also Radio Week here at the workshop. This week, our
Fire.
second years are presenting
Like-
some
That one,
excellent
what's
programmes,
another thing that you can
all
like?
of the best music
Candles.
and sport.
Yeah, so you can get an
You can
advent
listen to
candle as well.
Marjon Workshop on Twitter and Facebook. They will be on until 7 o'clock tonight and back again at 10 tomorrow morning.
Weather for the region now, and we can expect sunny intervals for most of tomorrow. Heavier cloud moves in from Thursday, with rain currently forecast for most of Friday. More of the same throughout the weekend, with highs not to deviate much from 10 to 12 degrees Celsius.
So that's been a great show. What would you say the highlight's been for you?
Oh, I don't know, I really like the frisbee golf personally. I think the frisbee golf was like, I mean, it looks like a good laugh.
I definitely think that I'd be pretty good at it close up, but further away I'd be horrendous. I'm just like Jack in that way.
See, the thing is, I have like this thing where like I get sudden urges to do things, so I think like, I would get a sudden urge to just like launch the frisbee as far as I can.
Yes.
And I'd find it really satisfying to just see it like disappear off into the distance.
I definitely think that would be fun. This weekend though, I definitely think I'm going to go and watch Plymouth Raiders.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I've after sort of like having a look at like interviewing the co-owner, I've definitely found myself more interested in Plymouth Raiders now. I'd like to go and watch a couple matches, but it's just like sort of planning when to go, I guess.
I went to see them last year actually, and it's really
really
fun. I'm not really in sport, but anyway, that's it for today's show. So thank you very much for listening. I've been Rochelle Descaine.
And I've been Joshua Coombe.
See you next time. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.